On this episode, love is in the air. What's up, everybody? This is Ray Sanders. This is a special Valentine's Day. It's episode number 10, but it's special. It's Valentine's Day. I'm super happy. We have, however, a special guest here today, my lovely daughter, Reagan. She's going to be the new producer. Caesar is out of commission. He had surgery on his knee. We wish him a speedy recovery, but at the end of the day, we have a better little chupacabra producer. And this is a special Valentine's Day episode. I wore pink today just for the episode because love is in the air. Reagan's wearing some hearts on her sweater. She looks lovely. You having fun so far?
Yeah.
Good. We've been here for 2 minutes. So, that being said, let's get into the show. The whole episode today is about love.
How can I make training easier?
How can I make training easier? I don't even. So I got this question a while back, and I was really embarrassed to even ask it because, and I wasn't going to, but because we're talking about love today, I figured that I'd answer it. How do you make training easier? Like, I don't even, how do I make work easier? Like, it's so silly. Now, here's the thing. I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. How do you make work easier? Do you love work? You make work non-work, right? So what I mean by that is, how do you make training easier? The key, in my opinion, to a soccer player's success, to really play at the highest of levels, you have to love what it is that you do. Do you actually love soccer? It is not hard to train when you love the game. You will not struggle to wake up and go out and train and get better. You have to love the process of getting better. You have to love to go out and train because you get to do what it is that you love to do. You have to love the sense of accomplishment. You have to love the challenge of what it is that is in front of you. You have to love when you get knocked down to get back up. These are the things that you have to love. If you just look at it like, well, I'm running and I don't like running, then you're realistically not going to be able to do it. There has to be some purpose at the end of something that it is that you love that makes you willing to do everything in between. So if I'm trying to go from levels 1 to 10, maybe I don't adore and love everything as far as 2 through 9, but I love number 10. And so what you need to do in order to make training easier, if I can answer this question at all, is you have to figure out your end goal, your end dream, your end whatever. That has to be the thing that you love the most. And if you love that, then it'll spill over into everything else. So have you ever seen like one of those like pyramid structure type of things that are a bunch of cups and then you pour the champagne, I think it is, into the top cup and then it spills over into all the others? The top cup is the love that you have for whatever it is. The love of the challenge, the love of the game, the love of accomplishment, whatever it may be. Then it spills over into everything else. So now all of a sudden you love training. Now all of a sudden you love sacrificing. Now all of a sudden you love adversity because you love the top thing. So that's the best advice that I could possibly give as far as how do I make training easier. The reality is that if training day in and day out is that hard, then you probably just don't love it. Think about anything else in your life that you do right now that you love. Is it hard to do? The answer is no. So fall in love with the game.
What do you love about soccer?
So this is kind of cheesy or whatever it may be, but I'm going to open up a little bit about the things that I really enjoy and I really love about soccer. So if you're not a soccer person, I'm going to say some things that are going to sound like really weird, but it's the truth. So one of the things is, I kind of said it a little bit in the previous question, I love the challenge. I love the things that people say that you can't accomplish and then you work really hard and then you accomplish it. I love, being able to take over a team, seeing all of these different problems that they have and then fixing them. I love seeing players grow. I love the challenge that is presented before you. People have often told me that you can't do that in Bakersfield. You're never going to accomplish it. I love haters, right? I really love haters. And not because I want to belittle them or prove them wrong, but it's just another stone, or if you will, or another thing in the pile that ultimately just drives me, and that is puts forth the challenge in front of me. So I really love challenges. People said that we couldn't do certain things in Bakersfield soccer. We kind of changed that. People say that I can't coach girls. I mean, I think I do a decent enough job. People have just said a ton of different things, and so I love the challenge. And because I like to be able to see the kids come out on the other end of those challenges. And so the other thing that's kind of weird, ever since I was a little kid, so this is opening up a little bit, this is an emotional episode. Ever since I was a little kid, Reagan like that, ever since I was a little kid, I've always loved the smell of grass. And so that's really weird, but like in the movie Field of Dreams, and Shoeless Joe Jackson talks about the love of the game a little bit, and he talks about holding the glove to his nose, and that he would smell it, and that like he loved it or something like that. And so it's very similar to though for me. Like I love the smell of grass. So anyways, I'm sure I'll get some flack from that, but like 8 o'clock games, like when you're out there and it's like freshly mowed and on, I like that. So and then I also, yeah, she's dying over there. So I also, something that I really love about soccer, I love winning the game in the last 5 minutes. Somewhere in the last 5 minutes, your team scores, you score, whatever it may be, scoring that winning goal, because you're able to celebrate with your team soon after. And so I've always loved that. So equally, obviously, I hate the smell of dirt. I hate losing a game in the last 5 minutes, and I hate things that are easy.
What do you think about parent behavior on the sideline?
So there's a couple of things. One of the things for me when I first got into coaching, so I loved coaching out of the gate. And one of my inspirations, even still to this day, is a guy named Jeremy Brown. He was one of my coaches when I was younger. And one of the many reasons why I liked Jeremy so much was because he loved soccer. Like the guy just loved the game. And his love for soccer kind of spilled over, and it really made me love soccer as well. And so anyhow, so with Jeremy, I remember when I first started coaching, I ran into Jeremy. I had just moved back to Bakersfield, and I had said something about, like, I can't believe you don't coach soccer anymore. It's so great. I love it. Da, da, da. And he said something to the effect of, like, give it about 3 years, and you'll get sick of it because of the parents. So that was 12 years ago, so I ended up surviving. However, if there was one thing that I really dislike about youth soccer, it's parents. And not because I dislike parents, but it's really just because of their emotions that are tied to it, because it's their kid and their money and all these different things. I see a lot of irrational behavior that ends up happening. Now, where I think that one of the reasons why I've one of the reasons why I've survived is because I really try to have a lot of empathy for parents and really look at things through their eyes. I think that the reality is that the first thing that every crazy parent is guilty of is loving their kid. Now, I think a lot of people love themselves. I think a lot of people are over competitive when their kid doesn't even care. I think that a lot of people are also emotional because of the money that they might have spent. A lot of their egos are involved. There's so many different reasons why, but I still believe the first thing that they are guilty of is a love for their kid. Now, that doesn't mean that what they're doing is right, but at the same time, they have a love for their kid. And so for me, that's allowed me to maybe be a little bit more patient, a little bit more understanding. I try to be anyways. Reagan's going like this too, because that's what I try to do. I try to be patient with people. So anyway, so I try to be more patient and understanding with them. Now, again, I've had a parent who has told me things like, I'm really sorry, I just love my son, and as soon as the whistle blows, I freak out. That does not mean that their behavior is okay. I think that the amount of parents that have had 2 children in the club, their first child goes through it, they behave a certain way, their second child is a certain way, their second child comes through the ranks and they behave a different way. I can look to the sideline, I can tell what type of parents that's their first kid versus that's their second kid. My recommendations to parents is really love your kid, enjoy the process, love the process of every year being able to sit down and watch your kid. Be involved, certainly, maybe a little jab at the referee, ask questions to the coach, make sure that they're all on the right path. But instead of always questioning what it is that the coach is doing, the club is doing, the ref is doing, who's playing over your kid, and on, communicate with your kid first. Ask your kid, are you even enjoying it? Do you love it? Are you having fun? Once it gets to the point where it's not fun, then begin to analyze it. Maybe they should go to another club. Maybe they should go down a level. Maybe they should play another sport. But what parents need to do is buy a chair that they love, watch the kid that they love, and fall in love with the game itself. Just relax, and on and on. So I think that my advice to coaches is have empathy for the parent because they love what they're guilty of is loving their kid. And for the parent, I understand that you love your kid, but that doesn't mean that you're justified to be able to act and behave in any way that you want. That's it, Reagan. That's it. So one thing, Reagan, that I really love, that's our first episode. I love that we're able to do this together. This is episode number 10. Did I even say it was episode number 10? Yes, cool. So in the comments below, you guys tell me what it is that you guys love about soccer. I'm really curious. What is it that you guys love about soccer? And everything like that. Reagan, come here. So we'll take this moment. Oh, did you hear the train? I love my daughter. This is my lovely daughter, one of 6. I love her very much. She's my Valentine today. Cool, Reagan, tell me some stuff that you love.
I love you. I love books.
Yep. Do you love soccer? No, she doesn't even play soccer. Like, I'm the director of the club, and she doesn't even play soccer. What's up with that? What else do you love?
I love all of my siblings. I love Mommy.
Yep.
And I love Roman. That's
Roman's our dog. So, that's good. But she said me first, so that's good. So, that's it. What'd you think of our episode?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Why?
Because I produced it.
That's what I'm talking about. She is my daughter. We'll see you guys next time.